No, no, go ahead.
Thank you.
Shoot, you want in the picture anyway, don't you? Hey, Betty. Give us that big old cheesy grin.
There's ugly Leslie.
Where's the bridge? Bridge is back
Get the whole pattern.
No, that's the Capitol. You're playing it.
Backside of Lincoln's tomb. Look at those ugly.
Smile.
Arizona, Battle of the Fuel. the night. On the 20th. We'll go see Jeff right now. Make one of these. It's really swell. Fun though too. Now you watch my big fatso brother come. Leslie, you turned it on. Watch me get on the trampoline. And there's our lovely little train. The top window that you see here is the window that Joseph Smith fell from. Maybe I can see better there. You see here the actual vent hole. This is actual limestone that was here when Joseph Smith and Hiram Smith were here. This is just a duplicate of the visitor center. Wow.
Get that cat.
There's old Jeff.
You're trying so hard to drop it too.
He's playing with football with a companion. There he goes.
Sorry about that.
There's the companion. She's from BC, British Columbia, Canada. Somebody's on TV. George Jeff.
You didn't know you'd be.
I'm getting to where I just ignore them, but I sure at first it bothered me for them to have that thing running. So I just go ahead and just act like I ignore them.
Well, come on, let's line them up for pictures or something.
Line them up. You don't need to line them up. Just candid shot.
Well, let's get a,
Yeah,
let's, we
we
gotta get a
want
picture over
we
here.
want a picture of all of you guys.
Well, let's stand in front of your house.
Well, that's a good place.
If you're wondering why I'm so fat, it's because Brother and Sister Crosby fed me so well this morning.
Should have taken a picture of the table.
Come on, around here. Sisters! Under.
Well, I hate to pose.
Well, here, get right there.
Do you have it on, Leslie? Yeah.
Say 1, 2, 3. I do hate to pose. Oh,
You didn't
you're
already
taking it?
take
Do you know what?
I didn't have to post.
Everything you say is on here.
Ellen,
Hold
she's
the football
just,
then.
Close
she doesn't look,
up.
Smile
she's
for the
very
birdies.
beautiful. Smile, you're on
Oh,
camera.
we've got.
Well, I'll tell you,
Ver-
we're
oh.
so glad to be here, and we're so glad you're here, and all of us.
Now let's get you guys over here.
Yeah, isn't that a gorgeous sight over there? Just look at that. I'm
Once you
trying
get
to
the camera
get
off
that
her,
in my
Leslie.
mind so I can always close my eyes and see
Hey,
that.
that computer,
Sister
the
Crosby.
things that computer could do
Wait, no, don't look.
Leslie, turn now.
are no more than a thumbnail or a chip.
Turn it off quick.
Yeah.
I don't like
Da,
it.
da, da.
Isn't that sad, though?
You have to, yeah.
To think about that poor old
You
thing
look
there,
better
that's
if you just
big
don't fight it.
and
Brother
just-
Crosby.
cumbersome
We
and
go
all
to
that
a
air
family reunion
conditioning,
and my
thousands
cousin had a
of
video.
miles of wires.
Every time he takes a picture, just covering up their face, you know, and it looks so stupid afterwards. And you just act natural.
What are you doing?
It's not bad.
You're not taking me.
Yes, I am.
We're not used to it.
Da, da, da.
Save it for
The home of Vincent Knight.
You have a nice day. What do we have to do today?
Say it.
This is the Skullfield Bakery where Sister Martha Joe Crosby is the tour guide. That's her waving to us on the front steps. We're going to go in now and hear what she has to tell the people.
Better get
TH. And I say, oh, well, some people spell it with a Y. Instead of in here. And they use the fire brick. What they do now is probably get up early to beat the heat, and they would put the fire right inside the oven, make it right on the fire brick. They'd soak their hardwood door overnight with in water. You've probably heard this before. It seems like you hear a little while.
I heard a little bit of it.
Okay, now here's the chimney. They'd pull it out and let the fire go up the chimney. But it took 3 hours in those days to heat that enough to bake bread. Can you imagine, of a hot fire? They had to keep the thing, someone had to keep wood going. That would give Lucy time, though, to mix up her bread and cookie and cake dough. Now, after 3 hours of a hot fire, in those days they had the touch system and they just felt. They didn't have any thermometers or thermostats, and so they would feel. And if it was hot enough for bread, which is about 350, they would clean out all the ashes now. They had a long-handled broom and they would sweep them out. They'd moisten it so the ashes wouldn't fly too much. And you know, they saved the ashes. You know what they used those ashes for?
I bet.
Soap.
One little boy said, you know, they ate them. And probably they did eat a few ashes, but normally they didn't make a dinner lunch on the ashes.
Didn't they put them in the bread?
No, the bread probably was on a little of the ash that left, but they used them for lye for their soap and for gardens and bugs and things. They'd put cornmeal right over that hot brick.
Go ahead.
Good morning. I want to welcome all of you. It's real nice to have you here. We're especially pleased this morning that our neighbors from Arizona are here, and we want them to convey the message to those good people back in Arizona, particularly in Eager, Arizona, that we still love them. We haven't forgotten. We do love that little community and those people. I'm Elder Crosby from Eager, Arizona. My wife and I volunteered to go on a church mission. When you do, you don't know when you're going to go nor where you're going to go. We could have been sent anywhere in the world. Fortunately, we were sent to beautiful Nauvoo. We have been here 1 year and 3 months. We'll be here 3 months more. I want to tell you about my little red-headed boy that was on here the other day. I don't know why I didn't kidnap him, just a little old fellow. He looked up at me. He said, "Mister, I got on here to ride. I didn't get on here to talk." With that, I think we ought to start going, but nobody's asked me yet about my horses. The horses are the most important part because this can't move without them. Anybody know about the horses? That's old Jake over there, Jack over here. What kind? Oh, I just dying to tell you. They're Hamiltonian. The Hamiltonian breed was, you might say designed back in 1788. They designed them for the purpose of trotting and pacing. The Puritans didn't believe in racing horse like we race our thoroughbreds, fast as they could run, but they thought the trotting and pacing was real delightful, and it is. They've been the horses that have pulled the sleighs, the buggies, the surreys through the years. They're high-strung, nervous, racehorse. Jack and Jake will have to go. And so do I. So let's get with the program.
Who are these two girls on the front there with you, Brother Crosby?
These two girls from the front are two of the finest girls in the world. And if we had an opportunity, we would adopt them. We have on that side Sister Adams from Pocatello. We have Sister Kennedy here from Canada. And they are tops. If you don't believe it, watch them in the show tonight.
We did last night.
Real good.
Turn it off.
How do you turn it off?
Jake? Designed it because they had a problem. They had to solve that problem. How did they solve it? They solved it by laying down flat rocks on the ground. You look way on down there, way down at the end, you see an old tree. See that old tree down there? That's called the old trading tree. We'll tell you a little bit more about it in a little while. You also see water. Where you see the water, that's where the ferry was. That's the way the pioneers went. Let's imagine, let's say 200 wagons lined up here, waiting to be ferried across in the dead of winter. Oh, it was rough going. Then let's imagine 200 more crossing on the ice a little later. Then let's imagine hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more coming. This is the way they went. This is the gateway to the west, right there, folks. Went right across the Montrose. They went on over to winter quarters. They went on across to Nebraska, Wyoming, and into the Great Basin. Over 600 died the very first winter there in winter quarters. Another picture.
Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Well, about the only thing I was going to say, I'm happy that you went with me. I want you to have a good stay. Nauvoo's a beautiful place. Stay as long as you can. Come back as often as you can. Do have a good time. Do have a good time.
Thank you.
Aren't you going to give this girl a hand? Well, you didn't think she could drive. You ought to give her a hand.
This is the old cultural hall that housed the Nauvoo Legion, the police force, the Masonic Hall, and was a gathering place for the saints in those days. While we were here, we attended a variety show put on by the missionaries in this place. This here is the Scoville Bakery, where
Dad!
This is the brick making house where they made their bricks. Lucy Mack Smith, mother of Joseph and Hiram Smith. comes old Brother Crosby on his buggy ride. Old Jake and Jack. Farrier shop where they make horseshoes and wagons and
Did you get that wagon over there?
doing that. And there they've got an old, that's where they used to shoe oxen. There's an old well. Here's an old wagon, a covered wagon. The hitch. Smith wept. This was the grave of Joseph Smith, Hiram Smith, and Emma Smith. This is the mansion house where Joseph Smith moved to after he lived in the homestead. Stone that came off the temple, the old Nauvoo temple that was built here. There was 30 of them where Joseph Smith worked. Times and Seasons. It was a newspaper, and then here's the print shop. And the home of John Taylor is in the middle.
Doing something.
Got cookie cutters and tin. Turn it off.
Now over here.
Whoa, Bessie, keep moving.
This is the home of Jonathan Browning and his gun shop.
Keep going, Trash. Head a little harder. That's your girl.
The middle part he built, and then later on they built the two wings on.
Women behind the Information Center in Nauvoo, Illinois. This one is Joseph and Emma Smith. This one is called Woman in Prayer. This one is called Compassionate Woman. And this one is called Woman and Her Talent. This one is called Preparing Her Son. And this one is Joyful Moment. In her mother's footsteps. And Teaching with Love. It shows an elderly lady sitting in a very real-looking rocking chair of the antique variety with a quilt on her lap that she's quilting. I believe this is called the wedding ring pattern. This is all that's left of the temple. Right in the center you can see the old well that was used to fill the baptismal font, and right beyond there is where the baptismal plot. You can't see the Missouri River or the Mississippi River from here because there's a Catholic school across the road, but in the time that this temple was built, it commanded a beautiful view of the Mississippi River. It was sitting up on a hill. These are the grounds around the temple, and this is a little model of the Nauvoo temple.
That's what it looked like?
And that's what it looked like. This is a
Stone.
Jeff, would you move?
Is that a new tool?
This is one of the star stones that was on the temple, which represents the celestial kingdom. The one in the middle is a reproduction of the sun star, or the sun stone, which represents the celestial kingdom. And a moon star represented the terrestrial kingdom.
There it is, Mom. There's a moon star.
All right, these are some plaques that are at the site of the Nauvoo temple.
There's a moon.
And the windows. And this is a reproduction of the moonstone representing the terrestrial kingdom. There wasn't one on the other side when I named it. This is a picture of the main street of Nauvoo today. A very old-looking little town. Has a lot of little tourist shops. The old Nauvoo Hotel is down there. Public library. Also the laundromat where we did our week.
Hey!
Dad, don't steer him.
Hey!
Dad, don't. Jet on.
Yeah, be quiet. Okay, turn it off. Turn it off.
Alex, perfect. No! Right here.
Go.
Right here. Oh, hurry up, hurry up.
Jeff, shut up. Okay, stop.
I wonder where all the water's going that comes off of that.
Back in the hole.
It's all running off the
Don't
side.
do that. Just keep it that.
Look at all the water running off the side, I mean.
Okay. What are you doing? Don't get mad at the tree.
Aaron, look at the river. Look at all the water. Oh, that's the sea.
Going off to the side. Well, 2,000. Can you make it 102,000? Yeah. If you jump from there, you wouldn't do that.
Where go? Just keep running. Right here.
Yeah, we can get all of them if we walk right over there.
What do you mean? There's a man way up there.
I'm gonna yell. Get him to go in the water. Ah. Walk up to it, Les.
No, don't walk up to it.
I want to see. Oh, it's going in the water. Get it in the water. Dad, can you see it close up with that? Dad, can you see it close up with that? Let me look through it. Dad, can I look through it?
Bullseye in there, I get a copy.
Dad, look, right at it. Let's come around until it gets too close and drop the nose. Dad, can I look at it through?
Okay, I'm paused now.
Pause?
I've already paused. Did you play and record at the same time?
Yeah. Now we can just turn the power off though, can't we? Because we're gonna
Okay,
go.
turn power off. This is the boat launching area at Lake Havasu City boat area. As you can see, there's lots of boats, lots of people. This whole area must have 300 or 400 or 500 trailers, campers, whatever in it. Just goes and goes. Lights on, I'm recording, right?
I hate to say it, you are recording, Dad.
I know I am recording, yeah.
It's your friend. Oh, there's a parasail.
Where?
Right over there, see him? You got him?
Yeah.
Get real close to him. Wait, we're
Just
getting
a minute.
parasailer.
This is a parasailer just up there. See him?
Thank you, son. Ooh, look at the plane, Dad.
John, come
Oh.
down here and walk around and take some pictures.
Mother, would you hold your horses? It's a private deck she's on.
Yeah, you come down, but sure. It's a parasailer back here.
I don't know that. Well, the marina. Would you like to see this deck?
Okay, over there, let's.
Where?
We're showing Alan how many pontoon boats there are down here.
Them people are having some fun. And got them a trailer.
Leslie, turn the power off.
This one's called Bravado. Here's all the boats you're gonna see. this in a parking lot.
This is the bumper cars at Lake Havasu. This is the London Bridge at Lake Havasu. This is all of the paraphernalia that you see down underneath the bridge. The bumper cars, the houseboats, the pontoon boats. This is made to look like London, supposedly. Yeah.
Colorado River with us today.
We've been to London, Dad.
On the water.
Yeah, Leslie, look. See, now they're both telling.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff. Pop a wheelie and come back now.
Go under the London Bridge now.
Who are you two turkeys? Where is it? This is one of the river boats that took us across to the casinos on the Nevada side of the river. As you can see, they take you right over there and let you off. And you go waste all your money, and then when you've got all your money gone, when you come back, here's another boat taking people back and forth across from casino to casino. This is a pontoon boat. This is a casino. That's the Edgewater Casino. And then another one further up the Nevada side.